So the first thing we want to say is that we really do have the resources to get this done. We've tried out for a lot of grants this year with mixed success, and by that I mean we didn't get any of them. There was one big one, the Rappaport Family Foundation, that many of you knew about. Unfortunately, we found out yesterday that we didn't get it for this cycle. However, when they told us that, they also expressed that everyone there was really interested in what we were doing, really thought it was cool, and wanted to work with us first to make sure that we have a really strong proposal for the next funding cycle in half a year, around December or so, as well as to make sure that we actually get the skills and the tools to do this in the future with them and with other foundations that we know sort of how to put together a really strong proposal. We've also found another really awesome grant proposal that is perfect for us. It's for $100,000 a year for 3 years to start new organizations based on social innovation, which is us. There's more and more things coming up like that. Really just sort of showing that the opportunities really are there, and we're building up to being able to really grasp them.
And there's exactly the same thing in the whole partnerships and the climate movement. One of the things that got us interested in really getting on top of the ball with this feedback process and thinking about where we go next was the Energy Action Coalition meeting, where partners from all around the country working on climate solutions came together to basically discuss where do we go next. I mean, we had a 3-year plan that brought us through the 2008 elections and into the policy work that we're doing right now, but didn't really figure out what happens next. And so I was in the midst of this meeting end of last week, where we were basically discussing, what comes next? What is next for the climate movement and for this new wave of innovation in a green economy? And there are a couple different pieces. There's Copenhagen coming up, there's all this policy work at the national level, but ultimately, where does that go? And the thing we talked about is, how do we start building up through this policy work to a series of couple different campaigns? One of them focused on anti-dirty energy, one of them focused very much on policy, continuing campus work, but then a really, really strong focus on building a green economy and creating solutions at the community level that will really start to inspire and demonstrate the transition that we need to make. Again, it sounds like us, right? And so I'm in a working group, and I would love to pull other people into a working group that's starting to think about how we develop this campaign, how we train youth leaders all around the country to be leaders, to be solutionaries, to be the types of green economy innovators that we're trying to inspire through the Summer of Solutions. And so there's a number of different partners. I mean, Global Exchange, which is our current fiscal agent, guy in Michigan who works with them has been doing a lot of this green economy work with the student coalition there. Their national center over in the Bay Area is also very excited about supporting this work. There's also partnerships with Green for All, which has been doing lots of green economy, green jobs work. And the SSC is very focused on how do we connect the training programs around SPROGs and a lot of the youth activism that they're doing with this type of thing. So there's those really institutional connections, and there's lots of potential if we can figure out how to create a real organization around this that's based on the grassroots to turn it into something that gets a lot of partnerships, gets support from the very center of the climate movement, and becomes something that's really, really big in terms of where we go on the national scale. There's also all these grassroots groups that we work with. The Trek to Re-Energize America just came through the Twin Cities. They're biking from Seattle to Washington to meet in various communities all around the country with people, whether they call it climate change or not, that are doing solutions work, and to really tell that story of community-based action for a better future. We've worked with groups in the past who are doing sort of music events. I don't know if any of you heard about Substance and the work they did with Ripple Effect around the Republican National Convention, but that type of work that we're connecting with. And then other groups that are very mission-related, but we haven't worked with yet, like Mountain Justice Summer, which are organizing young people around working in Appalachian communities against coal. And we're just really trying to figure out how all these things fit together and how we can really empower grassroots action around green economy. But that's the promise. The promise, again, is how do we fit all of these different things together into a program that many partners will join in for, and we can really drive the youth agenda around climate change around this.
So what we're doing right now is in the Twin Cities here, we're working with some of our strategic partners to come up with sort of, basic plans, basic directions, basic outlines of where we go. Sort of what's smart given our position, given our financial structures, all of that things. We'll be sort of drafting up that plan and getting it out to some of the local leaders at all of your programs pretty soon here in the next couple weeks. After we get some review on that and sort of take it back, work it over, we're going to sort of come up with a more comprehensive plan and vision, and sort of bring it out into the national scale of things, to come up with, to bring in all of the ideas of all the goals of what you want to do with this. So that's sort of where we're going. We don't exactly know all the specific steps, but we're looking for all these opportunities to include you in that process and to really make this something that's built by all of us.
And ultimately, we want to make sure that we're getting your input on what the leadership structure is. I mean, we've based this really out of the Twin Cities so far, but that's not the way that it has to be in the future. In fact, we don't think that's really a good idea. We really want to know what makes the most sense for both the people who are currently leaders, the people who are participants right now, and might be leaders in the future, and everyone in between. And so we just really want to make sure that as we're going through this, we're really representing all of the work that you're doing, because we don't even really know about all of it. And so figuring that out as we walk through all of these steps is really what we're trying to do. And so we wanted this video just to be kind of an inspiration and a call to participate. And as we start getting these draft ideas out, making sure that we get comments on them. If you really want to be a part of the visioning process and take a leadership role in that, that's great. Just let us know. We want all the help we can get. So that's basically what we have. We just wanted to let you know what's going on right now and give you a sense of what's coming up.
If we were going to end this with sort of concrete asks, what we would say is go out there and vision. Go out there and start working on this stuff and dream about where it can go. Think on that for a long time. Talk within your Summer of Solutions community. Have some brainstorming sessions, that sort of thing. Also, make sure to stay engaged in this national process of working with each other. We have a really great opportunity to work with each other across of our programs and share ideas between these different places where different things are happening, but we have a lot in common. Get engaged in the conference calls and different opportunities to work with each other, because that's going to make our ability to take this as a national program just really strong.
So finally, we just wanted to say thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for listening to us, and we're really excited about where all this goes and how we can work on this together.
Absolutely. Good luck out there.
Thanks.